Hi, friends. Welcome back. It's Miss Ornelas. We're here to do our second read of our story of the week, If You Could Go to Antarctica. As always, focus your attention, concentrate, use your eyes, ears, and brain, and ignore distractions. Let's begin.
If You Could Go to Antarctica by Faye Robinson. If you could go to Antarctica, you'd probably leave from the tip of South America. You would travel for days in a boat over rough, stormy seas. Antarctica is a huge continent at the South Pole.
Readers, where is Antarctica on this map? Can you find it? Focus your attention all the way at the bottom of the map. Do you see the white continent at the bottom? That is Antarctica.
If you could go to Antarctica, you'd have to be ready for cold, cold weather. It almost never gets warmer than 32 degrees Fahrenheit. In your thickest winter coat, you'd probably still shiver. Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth.
Readers, what do you see in this picture? Yes, the boat, the icy water. What is the weather like? Cold and windy. And the author says you would still shiver in your thickest winter coat. How do you think the author feels about Antarctica? Yes, it is a super cold place, the coldest place on Earth.
If you could go to Antarctica, you would find snow and ice that almost never melt. On the shore, near the sea, the wind can blow 50 miles per hour for weeks at a time.
Readers, what is special about the snow and ice in Antarctica? Does it ever melt? No, never. Can you imagine? And what else makes it feel so cold there? Tell me about the wind. It's super windy and super cold.
If you could go to Antarctica, you might see chunks of snowy ice breaking off, falling into the sea. These floating shapes are called icebergs. They crash like thunder as they split from the ice shelf.
Readers, what sometimes breaks off and falls into the sea? Yes, chunks of snowy ice break off with a loud thunder. And they float in the sea. What are these floating ice shapes called? If you said iceberg, give your brain a kiss. Good listening ears, friend. Icebergs.
If you could go to Antarctica, you might see penguins. Penguins gather in huge groups to lay their eggs and raise their chicks.
Readers, what animals do you see on this page? Penguins. What do they look like? Friends, what do you think it would be like to stand in this big group of penguins? I don't see any humans in that group. Do you?
If you could go to Antarctica, you would see that penguins don't fly. They zoom through the water as fast as cars. Thick layers of oily feathers keep the cold water away. Penguins slide across the ice on their bellies.
What are the penguins doing in this picture? Yes, some are going into the water and others are getting over the ice. How do penguins move quickly on the ice? They slide on their bellies. It would be strange for us to do that, but penguins are quite good at it and they move so fast.
If you could go to Antarctica, you might see seals. Seals live in the ice-cold waters. A thick layer of fat called blubber keeps them warm. Seals come to land or solid ice to have their pups. Mothers must teach their pups to swim.
What animals do you see on these pages? Yes, seals. They love the ice-cold water. They have their babies on the land, though. Who teaches their babies to swim? That's right, the mother seals do.
If you could go to Antarctica, you might see whales lunging up from the water. Many whales visit the Antarctic in the summer. Humpback whales are huge but acrobatic animals. They can be 50 feet long as a tractor trailer, but they can throw their bodies completely out of the water.
Readers, what animals do you see on these pages? Yes, the whales. Lots of whales come to Antarctica in the summer because it's colder in Antarctica and sometimes it gets too hot in the summer wherever they normally are. Tell me about this whale. Yes, it is huge. And how does it move out of the water? Yes, it can leap out of the water. The author says they're acrobatic. Means that they move very gracefully, even though they have a very big body size.
If you could go to Antarctica, you might not see any plants. Most plants can't grow in the snow. In some places along the coast where the snow melts, green mats of moss and grass sprout from the rocks.
What kinds of plants do you see here? Yes, grass and moss. The author says sometimes it can grow along the coast or the edge of Antarctica at some times in the year, but most plants cannot grow in Antarctica. How is that different from where we live? Good ideas.
If you could go to Antarctica, you might see scientists at work. They are the only people in Antarctica. They are studying the unusual plants, animals, and weather.
Readers, who are the only people you might see in Antarctica? Scientists. They live and work in Antarctica. Why do you think there's not too many other people in Antarctica? Right, Antarctica doesn't have any places to play, any places to work, any places to go to school, or any places to shop.
No one lived in Antarctica until 1898. If you could go to Antarctica, you would see icebergs as big as forests, white fields of snow, and huge waves crashing into sheets of ice. Antarctica is the perfect home for a few amazing plants and animals. Would you visit if you could?
Readers, what could you see in Antarctica? Yes, icebergs, snow, oceans. What kind of animals would we see? Penguins, seals, whales. Right. Let's answer the question in this book. Would you visit Antarctica if you could? Why or why not? If I had the right clothes, like a warm coat and warm gloves and hats, I think I would like to visit. I would love to see the animals, but I don't think I would stay very long. What about you? Would you go? Friends, we've come to the end of our story. Thank you for being here with me today. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. See you soon. Bye-bye.